why do we approach calorie deficit as a punishment? If you really think and reflect about it, really, there's things that can be negotiable, and really you don't have to go on under that much of a deficit. So what is the problem? Hello friends, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica, and I engage in conversations about weight loss, weight-related disease education, and how to achieve weight loss in an affordable way that honors your way of living. So, having that reflection upon why is it that we feel that being in a calorie deficit is such a punishment, because inherently we all do. I think from the perspective of a practical perspective is the fact that we actually have to measure everything, and that is kind of a bit of a job, and then we have to record everything. But really, is it, especially with the technology, the free online apps and things like that, is it really that much of a job? It used to be. I mean, I remember when I think 20 years ago, we had to record everything because there was really no application, obviously. So it was quite laborious. But from the mental health perspective, we also feel that there's a lack there, right? That that our suffering or our punishment is going to happen because we're not going to have what our preferred foods, and we're not going to have that freedom to eat whatever we want. Well, nobody in this world actually has that freedom. We have to put that into perspective. So what is the problem? So first, I think that when you approach life in general as I am going to lack, or I'm going to suffer, or I'm going to, or why does other people get to eat whatever they want? I think philosophically that's how we feel, but I don't think that intellectually we all really feel that way. Or rather, I think we know that none of us are spared. We all eat, and we have to be on some sort of moderation. So now let's bring back the practical thing. So for me, for example, if I can give you some insight into this, is that I approach my caloric deficit through the week, meaning that I have the week I have about 15,000 calories or 17,000 calories, and I divide that between my week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I eat a little less, and Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a little more. Why? Because that's how I arrange. Now, if I bring even more, is now I've navigated that. For example, if I have a meeting or a friend that I want to have dinner on a Wednesday, I trade off my Friday to for that Wednesday. So then my Friday will look like a Wednesday. So we add that, we can negotiate that. Now, additionally, in order for me to go on a caloric deficit, I actually also have to negotiate the fact that I am not willing to be hungry. Well, what does that mean? Well, because I'm abiding by the lower calorie during the week, that means that I have to have more food that is calorically low. Well, that is plant-based. You can eat a lot of, you can eat carrots, cucumbers with hummus, and you can make soups. So you can make not just salads, but you can have, for example, chickpeas, and you can have, trade off the low calorie dressings. So those are the things that I take into consideration during the week. During the weekend, I obviously will, have cheese, or have the steak and things like that. So that's my negotiation. So if we all know that, why don't we do it? Well, it's because I think that we approach life and our food from a place of lack. We feel that if we are restricted, meaning that during the week we cannot have just one cookie, or we want that freedom to be able to have 5 cookies and to be able to actually have that that whole tub of ice cream. Yes, it's happened to me where I have had that. So what I do is I don't punish myself, so I trade off the days. Because of that, I think that approaching our diet not as punishment, not with hatred, not with disdain, but saying to ourselves, I have this much allowance, like currency, 1,800 calories or 2,000 calories, and this is all I have, but that's movable. What's movable? Well, I can have a cookie. I have during the week. I just will have my dinner be plant-based, or my dinner will be, something to do with, like, for example, a big salad, or some soup, or whatever. It's neither here nor there. You can also Google or actually look into plant-based menus, or plant-based for example, Indian cuisine has a lot of plant-based cuisines that include a lot of curry, a lot of flavor. So you can start your diet, instead of looking at it as a punishment, looking at it as innovation. How do you be innovative when it comes to your food, sticking to some sort of parameters, right? So the last thing I want to say is that my dad always taught me that my rights and my wants stop the second somebody else's start. So I need no more, no less. So with that in mind, I create a menu, which I can totally see that, that's up from a place of privilege. I create a menu with what the parameters I have. That includes cost, includes the calories, and includes the variables, right? Me and my children, right? And how do I incorporate foods in order for me to stay on a caloric diet, like in a caloric deficit, and enjoy my food. And from there, I invite my brain to innovate, to involve myself, to be present into how I approach my food during the week based on those variables. Now, during the weekend is different, but you get the point. So do not treat your calorie deficit as a punishment. It's an invitation for you to innovate how you want your life to look like. I wish you health and happiness. I'll see you Friday.